Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Gwen Chietta, and welcome to this edition of The Scoop. Today we will be talking with Deb O'Neal. She is the founder of Forge Your Path Coaching, and we'll be talking about the value of personal and business coaching. Welcome, Deb.
Thank you, Gwen.
It's great to have you here. So define for us, what is coaching? How do you define it?
Coaching can be very many different things, and in my world, I like to work with clients who want to achieve something. And so that may be in their personal lives or in their business lives. The process of coaching allows a client to actually go into self-discovery mode. And they do so by answering questions that I have.
If somebody says, well, does that sound kind of like therapy, or is that like training? How is coaching sort of different from those other vehicles?
Therapy is typically very backwards focused because people are working on something from the past that is affecting their current state. In coaching, it's very future focused in that, what is it you want to achieve? All right, let's work in the now to figure out how to achieve what you want to achieve.
So you sort of start in the present and work your way forward.
Right.
And so how does somebody know if they need a coach? Are there some telltale signs that somebody can ask themselves and they say, okay, yes, it's time I seek out a coach?
There are any number of ways you can go about it, but one way that became obvious for me was when other things like mentoring and therapy and even just taking more classes didn't fulfill what it was I wanted to be doing.
So just to have that extra person there is sort of a sounding board or a mirror to kind of feed back.
Very much so. And it's also a very safe environment because in coaching, like therapy, we keep the conversations confidential. So a person can explore whatever it is that they want to explore with someone who's truly interested in them and asking intelligent questions to get them to think about what they're doing.
So Deb, explain, what are the different ways that as a coach that you work with organizations or individuals?
So I do have some individual clients that have come to me through referral where I've worked with someone else that they know and they have made a shift in their life and they feel very positive about it. And then there are corporate clients as well, or small businesses even, who want to work with their employees so that those employees are getting their personal and professional lives more enmeshed and more in line with what they want for the company.
So they invest in their employees,
Absolutely.
Which ultimately results in more productivity for the company. So it's a
Absolutely.
Good investment for them.
Absolutely. Happy employees will stay, and you don't lose that institutional knowledge that you would get if you had an unhappy employee who left. And honestly, coaching started primarily for the executive suite way back in the 90s, and now it's really being pushed down to the more middle levels. And our largest growth area in coaching is coaching the 20s and the 30-somethings.
You might as well get it right as you start out in your career.
So much more effective.
Yeah, what an excellent point. So as a young professional, it may be helpful to invest in yourself
Right.
that way, which could improve your trajectory of your career in the long term.
Absolutely.
And so what do you think coaching does for someone that they just can't do on their own?
I think most people will get stuck in a rut, maybe even thinking analog about things like, well, it's either this or that. And with coaching and a really good coach, you'll see that there are so many other options for possibilities and ways to achieve what you want to achieve.
So maybe see things that you didn't even see before is sort
Correct.
of the key, because you're so close to
Absolutely.
it. You are a coach, but you've
I'm a
been
coach.
coached yourself.
Absolutely.
And why are you so personally passionate about it?
The most significant personal growth that I've had has come from coaching. And by going through coaching, I actually realized I want to help other people find their path, because once you figure out what you want, go get it. And a coach can help.
And so what is the meaning behind your name, Forge Your Path Coaching? Say a little bit about what you mean by that, Forge Your Path.
I am a hiker and I live in Colorado. And when I started thinking about coaching and what it is that we as coaches help our clients do, it gelled one day and it's like, wait a minute, I'm helping them forge their own path. Some people will look at a path, they may think, all right, I'm going to start at the bottom and I'm going to take all these switchbacks and get all the way to the top. Others will drive halfway up and then take the shorter route. Somebody else might want to rock climb their way up. So there are any number of ways to achieve a goal.
What I hear in your message is there's more than one way
Absolutely.
to get to where you're trying to go, and what you do is help people get there, whatever that path is. So, Deb, thank you so much for joining us and talking
welcome.
about what it's like to be a coach and to be coached, and thank you for joining us for this edition of The Scoop.